Neither of us believe in just tiptoeing through life. We've taken the plunge, sold our house, sold our bus, and bought a catamaran. This is Phil. I'm Marie. And meet Olive, our 12-year-old black lab. We promise to keep you entertained along the way, and it would be amazing if you could join us on our journey, sailing MΑNUNU. This is our saloon area. So it's like I was just saying before, it's so big, nice and big, and we prefer the size of the Saloon and the Nautitech to other boats that we looked at. Actually, Lagoon was at the top of our list, and we did contemplate the Lagoon. Actually, we made an offer on a Lagoon, but then ended up with this one because we really like the size. And to be honest, the kitchen in the Nautitechs, beautiful. It was the only kitchen that I found that had cupboards above. So the cupboards above, I keep all of my cups and plates and glasses. This is amazing. All my little spice racks, all my little spice jars, they all sit up there because everybody knows I love spice. This ledge up here, which has the microwave, bread maker, salt, pepper, some little bowls, and all my little coffee plungers, French presses, etc. This is where I keep our food in these wee cupboards, which is nice and handy. It actually feels quite a lot in here, and this is sort of just our weekly food, and I'll show you the pantry shortly. So yeah, that's nice and handy to have that here. This is a really nice top. It is a little bit cracked, as you'll see, but we're going to fix that when we get back to New Zealand. Now this is a little special cupboard here, over here. This is obviously the corner, so it's really good to use the space. I keep all my utensils and my plates in there. Let's turn that jug off. And these little pockets here are for like glasses and wine. Don't have glass wine. Don't have glass wine goblets in a boat because they get broken and we're useless at that. Anyway, so this is the fridge. We've had some trouble with actually both the fridge and the freezer. They are 11 years old, so they're getting on in years, and they do actually drag quite a lot of power off the batteries. In the meantime, Phil was very clever, and he has put a new little bit of extra seal around it, which keeps the cold in.
Where did the seal come from?
The seal came off the seal came off the crate that we bought from New Zealand, and because we were having problems with the fridge and the freezer and it using so much, draining so much of our batteries, we thought perhaps it was losing some cold, so Phil was very ingenious and used those seals. So it's just a, big enough space here for one person to sort of prepare at a stretch too. Wee drawers are good. I really haven't needed extra storage space. Everything has a place. It all fits in there really nicely. Obviously utilising doors. Oven and the cooktop are 11 years old. They are getting a little bit old. At some stage we'll upgrade them, but they work really, really well. This morning made we get so much blinking baguette here. I'm just making some little toasts out of baguette because it was a couple of days old. Yeah, so I love this area, and the most amazing thing is our sink system. So this is our freshwater sink system. We use a bowl in the sink because it just saves on water, and if we need to use the sink for anything else, we can just lift the bowl out and put it back in. This little sink here, as you'll see, that's the saltwater sink, and if you come round, there's a wee pump at the bottom here, and it pumps up seawater into that sink. So that's really, really good when you're on passage and you don't have huge amounts of water on board. You can use your salt water for all sorts of things. Yeah, and then just do a quick rinse off. Now this is my rubbish bin. It's full at the moment. If I'll come around and I'll show you these two little cupboards, which is good because you can get to it both sides. So this little cupboard here goes through to the other side. That's where I keep all my pans and my baking pans, and this is tea towels and laundry, and I've got a little laundry bucket which I soak all the clothes overnight and then wash them and hang them out in the morning. That's a great little system. And this side is where you empty the rubbish. So yeah, I think I've organised that quite well. I bought that big rubbish bin when we're in Utaroa, because it had this tiny little short one that came down to here, and so you'd throw your rubbish down and it'll all fall over the floor. So I got this big one, which was good, and that's just where I keep all our shopping bags in there. Yeah, so that's that. So this here's the saloon. Huge. Full and I. Pass me over and I'll show everybody you. We sit at each end.
It's like King Arthur of the round table.
I mean, he sits this end and I sit this end, but it's a great spot. Heaps of people could fit round here.
And the table also drops down. It's got short legs, and there's another squab that fits in the middle, and you make another full double bed.
So that's really good when you're doing passage to have this bed made up, because when
you're on watch, you can just
lounge around,
sit on here.
Well, you can take over now. Oh, hang on, we'll just show people my little nav station. So this is where I do all the editing. This is a little nav station, and this is another reason we loved the Nautitech. A dedicated nav desk. It's fantastic. I'll let Phil show you all the instruments, but it's like the school desk. Open the lid and you've got all your little pens and pencils.
Where's your inkwell?
And rubbers. I've got a rubber here. And a pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
So I really feel like I'm at school.
Compass.
Yep, compass.
Dividers, navigation, manual navigation instruments.
All your stuff in there. And same on the side.
Yep.
All the tech and a sec stuff Phil can go over with you, and this is a little charging station, so I'll just swap over and Philly can show you.
It's pretty simple.
It's very simple.
It's got a light for the nav station, it's got a barometer so you can keep an eye on the air pressure, it's got plugs, it's got the wee light, and just a standard switchboards just here with your pumps, your lights, your navigation equipment, battery monitor, starting battery, starboard, house batteries, and starting battery port. So you can monitor everything. It's got the inverter there, so we've got 12.7 in there at the moment, which is good. We've got two 220 amp hour AGM batteries, gel batteries, which are brand new. We're going to try and get a third one before we go, which will give us 660 amps, which with AGMs would be okay. That'll get us through with some more solar panels. We just need to put some more solar on it. Yep. We've got our Garmin GPS up there. The old Raymarine, that was the original one. Most of the gear was Raymarine. That's history.
Front.
Yeah, we might be able to get a new screen for it and have it as a backup. We'll see when we get back to NZ. Another little thing there.
That's just good for little bits and bobs.
We keep our
now tell us about the upgrades we've had.
Torches. Oh yeah. So the good thing is the wiring's pretty neat. It's all the looms are well strapped and everything. We've put in a MaxView Roam router with its own little dome there, so we have Wi-Fi everywhere on the boat now, so it has a SIM card in it, we've spent a fortune on some cars.
How much have we spent so far?
800 so far. And
well, we haven't used 800, but we've spent 800. We're at about 600, 700, 500.
A 10 gig card is
$140.
$140, and we've got
New Zealand dollars. That is not US.
So we've got the VHF, just a clock, and the radio. So we're going
hi-fi. Isn't that funny? So we've got. Let me show you. We've got Wi-Fi. That's our dedicated Wi-Fi. If you can't quite see that, and we've got hi-fi.
Hi-fi and Wi-Fi.
The old hi-fi and the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So we keep out. We've got two notebooks with us, 2 MacBooks. One of them which is going to be for Predict Wind. Oh, there it is. There, Predict Wind, and the iPad, which isn't here at the moment.
That's downstairs because we watch movies down there.
Yeah. So
yeah, we keep all our computing and our GoPro stuff up there. All our little tech and a sec stuff that's handy we get there. We've got the air pressure.
Yep. Oh, and the other thing we put
no, I just said the air pressure and you've cut in, so tell about the air pressure.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I said we've got a barometer for checking air pressure.
So what does that do?
Oh, just air pressure, high pressure, low pressure. You can monitor it with the...
Okay, so we've got good high pressure today, so there's no lows coming?
It's been like that since we've been here.
So,
yeah. And the other thing we put in was an IAIS. So that is a transponder with Wi-Fi, so we can connect the computer, the iPad to that as well. So when we've got Navionics running on the iPad, that connects to it and it shows us all the ships that are within about 10, or anyone with a AIS, which is mainly the big ships when we go on passage we want to look out for, and other vessels. It will show them around about 10 nautical miles away. And that had to have a battery, a VHF splitter on it as well, which was the, because it takes its signal from the VHF aerial and has its own GPS aerial as well. So that's a second GPS.
We've yet to fire that up.
We've fired it up a couple of times, but yeah, the electronics are off. While we're sitting here, it's pointless having the electronics on, really. So
it just uses up.
The only other thing we've still got to sort out with that is we've got a satellite phone. And so it's working, it's fine, but we've bought a optimizer with that, and when we're on passage we will subscribe to Predict Wind service, which will text us to the satellite phone once a day, the updated maps and routes, and that will go into the iPad. So
as we
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to do
Yeah, let's do this
food?
here. So Philly will show this. So that's where we keep all our weekly food, and it's, as I said, it's big enough for everything we need weekly. You'll probably remember seeing the video with all of our provisions last week. I think we've spent about $1,700 on food, and you'll be wondering where it goes. Well, this is where it goes. Now, people have me on about my labeller, but if I didn't label on these seats, we wouldn't know where anything was. Huge amounts of space under these seats. This end here.
It's full right up to there. But...
Yeah, this end here.
Oh, do you want to just quickly...
No, this end here. No, I don't just want to do anything quickly. Can see better. So that's nearly full to the brim in there. It's a bit of a mish, but
you don't do it every day.
You don't do it every day. And then, so that's pretty much chocker. Then right through the middle, there's probably 4 double sets of bins. That's one bin, and then there's another bin below it. What's this here?
Well, we're here, so just look up at that silver thing there. Remember when we looked on the roof and the vents for the water capture system?
Yes.
So that comes down through that stainless steel pipe, and then it goes through into the pipes here, and there's just a valve. So it rains for 3 minutes, cleans the roof off with any salt, and there's no bird poop on it. And then you just flick the valve around the other way, and there's one on the other side as well, and it fills your water tank, which is pretty cool. And then you've just got the water pump and the water selection. So there's 4 tanks, 2 300s and 2 150s, and you just select which tank you're sucking off at the moment. It just goes through the water pump.
So that's another feature we liked about the Nautitech, the size of the water tanks.
Yeah, so it's got 800 water.
800 litres of water.
800 litres of water and 400 litres of diesel.
So that was substantially more than either the
others,
the Leopard or the Lagoon. Yeah, we like that.
Yeah, I think there's enough room and enough different spaces on the boat to be able to have plenty of room to
time out from each other.
Do what activities.
Yeah, because how long have we been here together? You start to get on each other's nerves and you bicker and fight. It's good to be able to get away. Now, talk to me about the squabs. The squabs material is fantastic. It's very faded,
like
as you'll
suede,
see.
isn't it?
It's suede, yeah. So I mean, it's on the backs of them they're wearing a wee bit thin and stuff, but I think we've still got a good another 5 years of life out of them. But what we have decided to do is what I decided to do.
Yeah, I was going to say there was no we in that.
Was I bought a fabric spray, which we bought from New Zealand, and it spray dyes your fabric. We bought that over in our crate. So it's certainly, we've done one, but bloody stuff got everywhere. We
can't do it on board.
No, we've got to take it over onto the grass. So we did one successfully, and as you can see, it made a really, really nice difference. So having those, all that sort of charcoal colour, it'll look fab.
Fab dab.
Fab dab.
Fab dab.
And we can't show you our little light system until night time.
Generator stop there, so it's got a 9 kV Kohler genset in it, and it's actually got air conditioning in the 4 cabins,
which we haven't used.
The generator its main purpose was to run the air conditioning. So there's 2 air conditioning units in each side, and the genset's up the front, and was to keep the cabins cool at night, so you can shut the doors, and so it's all flumed, and vented, and to keep the cabins cool for when they had clients on board. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it can run cold and hot, so it might be quite good in the winter.
In New Zealand?
I don't know, we'll see.
This is portside, so this is where our guests are, but more importantly, we have named our rooms because this is Isaac and Becky's room. So we'll start down here. So this is their little room. Really good size, double bed, couple of little windows, and their little bathroom. We'll talk about toilets shortly. Each cabin has its own little bathroom. This being the guest side, this will be the bathroom that Becky and Isaac use. Little wardrobes, good size. So plenty of at the moment we've got water down there, but plenty of storage under there for clothes and shoes and whatever else they want to bring on. Wardrobes are good. So there's 2 sets of wardrobes in each cabin. Probably see this one better. And then if we come down the end, this is Holly's room. So the difference between Becky and Isaac's room and Holly's room is that, Phil will hop up on the bed shortly and show you, there's another double bed in there. So Holly's room sleeps 4 people.
Oh. And you might remember, in an earlier version, that's the 4-peak. So and remember we came in we looked down through so you can access it from the top.
Yeah, at the moment we've just got storage in there until we get back to New Zealand, but that'll all be set up for kids and so if we have mum and dad and kids, this will be a perfect cabin when Holly's not on board.
Yep.
So Holly also has her own bathroom. Guests have their own bathroom. 4 toilets, as I said. We're going to keep the 2 toilets over port side. This is the eye poop room because it has the holding tank. That big thing there, it holds the poop when we need to hold the poop. I'll show you the shower system when we go over to our side.
There's heaps of room.
Oh, yeah, that's good that you've laid down because it just gives people an idea of the size.
And it's...
So there's heaps of room for 2 people there,
Oh, yeah.
and 2 more. It's you know, they're not overly big, but they're, you know, and then there's storage down underneath the beds. Same, you know, there's...
Oh, I've left it out because we're drilling the coconuts.
Same with the wardrobe. So the difference between Isaac and Becky's room is there's just 1 wardrobe here, but
there's another one there.
we have the extra beds in here. So we're going to go down into, this is our side, starboard,
Barbard,
coming down into our quarters. So we'll go up to our room first. The main difference on this side is, I'll just pan around, this is where we hang out, always better together. The wardrobe space. So this room has wardrobes like it does on the other side, but it also has the very large wardrobe. I need to turn that light on maybe. Oh, there we go. Which is a nice big double wardrobe. So that's my side. Wardrobes fit, yeah, quite a lot of stuff. All your t-shirts and...
Minimise.
Yeah, we've minimised, and all your hang-out stuff in there.
Yeah.
And that's where we sit the iPad up there to watch our movies. I've put in a couple of little shelves to keep drinks and earplugs and all that sort of thing. So this is 4 bathrooms exactly the same. This is our little bathroom. So what we've decided to do is we have decided to make one into a complete shower room, which is going to be this room, and the one that we'll take you down to in a minute, down the other end, is going to be our toilet. So I'll take you in and show you. At the moment, until we get back to New Zealand, we've set up a wee system where, so all these taps come out, which is your shower. Your shower just sits in there behind the door. This is a completely wet area and it has a drain in the floor. So we're going to take that toilet out and we're going to fix the shower onto the back of that wall. So this will just be our shower room, which will be nice. So you can see it's big enough space. I've made each area, I've put mirrors, taken the mirrors out of the bathrooms and put them on the walls. You keep all your lotions and potions and all your little bits and bobs here, as opposed to being in your wet area. So I've done that in every single cabin. We
get really nice breeze through there at night.
It's
really nice.
Yeah. So this is where we hang out.
So it's 30 degrees.
Towels and stuff down there.
At 8 o'clock at night, it's 30 degrees, and at 8 o'clock at night it gets really muggy after the end of the day. It must be the heat coming out of all the surfaces and I don't know. And then you get in here and the breeze tends to blow through.
And I've put hooks up so you can hang all your bath mats and stuff that you don't want to wash and put on the next day. So down to the 4th cabin, which we've made into our storeroom, and this is also going to be where Olive sleeps. So we've decided to take the mattresses out of here. When we get back to New Zealand, we're going to build in a shelving system and have heaps of storage on this side. And there'll be bins there, so whoever's on board, if they want to bring snacks or a little bit of extra stuff, then that's where that's all going to go. We're also going to use this for the that area there, which also had a mattress in it. Do you want to hop up?
So that's the same as the other side. Yeah.
Same as the other side, but we're going to be using it for storage.
Yep. So that has got mattresses in it. That's where the gen set's under there.
So, and we're going to build a wee step here for Olive that sort of folds down, and we'll have her little bed up here.
Yeah, so we've still got plenty of room.
Good storage, so
Good storage.
oops, we have to fix that.
When we don't-
Being in the tropics, I've got all our cleaning stuff in here, and sticky stuff tends to fall off because it's quite damp. Yeah, so we've got all our
the
lotions and
the
potions.
pharmacy.
And so this is the cupboard where I keep all our stock stuff. So that's all our soaps and shampoos and toothbrushes and whatever. And this is where we keep all our winter clothes and wet weather gear. Okay, so on both sides, this side has this storage, these storage cupboards here. So this is where we keep all our medications and first aid. Nice and handy. First aid drawer. So good amount of storage there. So that's our pharmacy right there. And all the light switches are on the roof. Just come down and just flip them on. And what's that?
Oh, escape hatches. Yeah, it's all category 1 boats have to have escape hatches.
So the idea would be?
Well, in the event that you're upside down, you smash that and get out through that way. They've got to have
Smash
that.
it or lift up that
No, you
latch?
smash it.
Okay.
You lift that bar up and yeah. But you can open them, but they say in an emergency.
Only
Yeah,
in
you
an
don't
emergency.
open these.
No.
These aren't to be opened.
So does this thing lift up the steps, lift up?
Yep, lift it. Yep, clean it. Lift that out if you want to clean it, to get at it.
Awesome. So that's the tour of our boat, the tour of duty. Time for a coffee, I think. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our little tour of MΑNUNU. We've had heaps of requests, haven't we? There's just one last thing I wanted to show you. We have a little saloon light show happening. And it's pretty cool. Just get the remote control. It changes colour.